right, my babies, loveliest lads, lords, dudes, sugar mountains, sugar lilies, mountain flowers, moonflowers, all kinds of flowers, all kinds of beautiful things in the garden. All right, let's go. We're picking it up again. More Idaho State Police documents. Now we're on to 11/14, the day after, crime scene. Well, let's see what they're looking at the next day. Let's go, babies. I love you. Let's go. 24 a.m., Idaho State Police Detective Investigation personnel returned to the King Road house in Latah, Moscow. Yes, for further crime scene processing. At about 11:25 a.m., I assigned Idaho State Police Detective Jake Showalter to start a pre-evidence processed video. 3 minutes later, Detective Pal Showalter and I started marking the evidence with numbered placards, while Detective Roberts photographed the exhibits. The following evidence was recorded and or collected. All right, let's see what they got. 57, Exhibit 57, a rolled $2 bill located on desk along north wall on floor 2 in Xana's bedroom. 58, blue-colored powder located on desk along north wall in Xana's bedroom. Blood swab collected from west wall of living room. Yeah, guess people were fighting in there, remember? Idiots on the other side of the wall. Blood swab, not MSM. This is not the mainstream media narrative because, yes, there was fighting going on in the living room. Blood swab collected from upper west wall of floor 3, west bedroom. Okay, about 2:12 p.m., the windows and doors that were open during processing were resealed. At 2:16, I directed Showalter to complete a post-search video. At 2:18 a.m., okay, we sure it's 2:18 a.m.? Okay, I don't know. The front door was resealed and Idaho State Police personnel left the scene. Okay, maybe it was. MPD remained on scene outside the residence. I transported the items collected to the MPD and turned the items over to MPD evidence technician Tim Smalders. Ha! Small drill. Sorry. Ladies, it's not midnight yet, all right? And no, you don't want to be seeing that at midnight. Oh, God. Get it away from me. Anyway, 8. I entered the scene videos and photographs into evidence located at the Idaho State Police District 2 office and provided copies to the Moscow Police Department. All right. Anything else? Talbot. That was it for him. Okay, more crime scene. This is now 11:17 into 11:18. More crime scene processing stuff here going on. So now we're 4 to 5 days outside of the event. There you go. And we're at 97. Yeah. All right, so let's see what they're doing here at the crime scene. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's the summary narrative. We got the listing of the victims once more. Yeah. And then we start with the narrative. Okay, let's go. Let's see what this is. Okay, let's go. November 17th and 18th, 2022, Idaho State Police forensic scientist Jenny Ayers, all right, forensic scientist Carrie Hogan, forensic scientist Tara Martinez, and forensic scientist Wyatt Barry responded to the King Road house for further processing of the residence. Okay, I'm hoping we find in here Dylan's latent shoe print that Payne used processed the residence and the following items were seized. Okay, all right. Exhibit 61, right? Potential hair collected from north wall of floor 2 hallway. Another potential hair collected from south wall of floor 2 hallway. We got hairs. 63, a cigarette butt collected from yard, south side of house behind the sofa. 64, a note
collected from parking lot on north side of the house, east of Ford SUV. A note. Gee, I wonder if that's Dylan's little note, or maybe that's the suspect's note, or maybe it's both. I don't know. Remember that note that Ann Taylor wanted, that Dylan wrote? I wonder what that note said. Oh, and look, another potential hair collected from the south side of the, well, collected from south side of half wall floor, wall, not way all. Floor 2, another potential hair collected from floor 2 west bedroom. A DNA swab collected from exterior of south kitchen window. Another DNA swab collected from exterior of south kitchen window. DNA swab collected from exterior. 3 DNA swabs there from the south kitchen window. A router and modem located in alcove, north wall living room. Blood swabs. Refer to forensic report for locations. 6 latent lift cards collected from exterior of south kitchen window. After, okay, no latent shoe print, no van sneakers yet. After the Idaho State Police forensic team processed the residence, all items collected were turned over to me. The Idaho State Police forensic team resealed the windows and doors that were open during processing and left the scene. I resealed the front door and transported the evidence to the Idaho State Police District 2 office and placed them into a secure temporary evidence locker. Law enforcement remained on the scene outside of the residence. Okay, on November 19th, Idaho State Police Forensic Squad provided me with a copy of the photographs and video taken. No latent shoe print there. I transported, I transported the evidence collected to Moscow Police Department and turned them over to evidence technician Tim, Smaldridge. Small. I entered the scene videos and photographs in evidence located at the Idaho State Police District 2 office and provided copies to the Moscow Police Department. Okay, that was on 11/17, 11/18. That's what they got there, the forensic team. And let's see what we got coming up. All right, more crime scene processing, this time on 11/19. Maybe this is where we're going to find the magical van sneaker shoe print. I hope. Yeah, Talbot 35. We're at 101, I believe, page-wise. All right, so let's see what they get this day. Summary narrative, the victims they mention, of course. Yep, the 4. All right, here's the narrative. Let's go. Let's see what they find this time on the 19th. Hope they find that latent shoe print, baby. It'll be like Christmas Day, baby. Let's go. On November 19th, 2022, about 2:03 p.m., I returned to the King Road residence in Idaho for further processing. At about 5:24 p.m., I resealed the front door and left the scene. MPD remained on the scene. I'm pre-guessing the errors at the residence. All right. Okay, that's nice. On November 20th, then, at about 8:16 a.m., I returned to the King Road house. At about 8:58, Idaho State Police Detective Hugh Powell and Idaho State Police Trooper Kristen Noah arrived at the scene to assist. I marked evidence with numbered placards while Detective Powell and I photographed the exhibits. The following evidence was recorded and or collected. 75. Power cord located on floor next to east wall of floor 1, west bedroom. Power cord located on upper shelf of closet of floor 3, west bedroom. A black colored iPhone located in drawer in closet of floor 3, west bedroom. An SD card located inside a GoPro in a drawer in closet of floor 3, west bedroom. I think that's Kaylee's. A handwritten note located inside clear plastic tote of upper shelf in closet of floor 2, east bedroom. I believe that is Dylan's. Handwritten note. Okay. Also, diary located on desk of floor 2, east bedroom. I believe that's also Dylan's. Exhibit 81, iPhone located in glove box of the blue-colored Honda Civic. At about 11:58 a.m., Pal and Noah left the scene. At about 12:05 p.m., I resealed the front door and left the scene. MPD remained on the scene outside of the house. I transported the items collected to the Moscow police and turned the items over to their evidence technician, Tim, small schlonga, my ding donga, it's all right. It's okay. I entered the scene photographs into evidence located at the ISP District 2 office and provided copies, to a blank page. It says to the MPD. All right, here we go. More crime scene processing. 11:23 now. 10 days after the unalivings. Do I finally get Christmas? Do I finally get Dylan's black and white Van sneaker latent shoe print? Do I finally get a shoe print? Let's see. 11:23. Let's go. Yeah, 36, and we're at 103. All right, let's go. God, I hope Christmas is coming. I hope it is. Summary narrative. They go through the victims. They list the victims, again and again and again. Okay, here is the narrative. Let's see. November 23rd. Okay, November 23rd at about 6:23 a.m., I returned to the King Roadhouse for further crime scene processing. I marked the evidence with numbered placards, and I photographed the exhibits. The following evidence was recorded or collected. Exhibit 82, a van. Oh, they almost had me, guys. Almost had me. A Van's portable speaker located on top shelf of rolling rack along north wall of floor 2, west bedroom. 83, a blue-colored UE portable speaker located on stool in kitchen. Exhibit 84, a black-colored JBL portable speaker located on top shelf of rolling rack along west wall of floor 3, west bedroom. At about 7:30 a.m., I resealed the front door and left the scene. Moscow police remained on the scene outside the residence. All right, I transported the items to Moscow, turned them in, blah, blah, blah. I entered the scene photographs into evidence located at the Idaho State Police District 2 office and provided copies to the Moscow Police Department. Okay, Talbot. That's it for that. Oh, God. Nothing, no mention of a Van latent sneaker shoe print, guys. Not yet. Where is it? What the hell? Where is that latent shoe print that Payne, my ass, put in his probable cause affidavit? Where is it? All right, what do we got here? All right, Blank's second interview. Okay, now who are we talking to a second time? Now? Okay, who is it? They give us demographics? Okay, so we got Blank second interview. Okay, we got witnesses here. White male 22, white male 21. Witness 7 again, 19-year-old female. Witness 8, 21-year-old male. All right. So we got 3 males and 1 female here. All right, 3 males and 1 female. Article, latent prints. Description, major crime prints. Okay. All right, so December 6th. Wow, okay. So, like, 23 days after the unalivings? Let's see what this says. All right, let's go. On December 6, 2022, ISP Sergeant Tim Hopkins and I interviewed, that's his telephone number, in reference to the November 13th quadruple homicide in Moscow, Idaho at the Idaho State Police District 3 office. The interview began at approximately 11 a.m. and blank was accompanied by his mother, blank blank. Always good to have mom with you, I guess. All right, so blank reported the following. The interview began with blank blank and himself discussing the online and social media harassment their family had been dealing with since Sunday. Okay. Blank blank informed me their family friends. Okay. And even her medical practice is now being pulled into the online rumors. So who has a doctor in the family? Who has a doctor in the family here? So even her medical practice is now being pulled into the online rumors. I informed blank I wanted to focus on the days prior to the unalivings. Blank described the days prior as the usual. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? He went out to the bars on Thursday night for early weekend, then stayed home Friday to recover from a hangover and complete some school assignments. Well, that's nice. He then went out and drank on Saturday and stayed home to recover and watch football on Sunday. It was a typical weekend, and he can't remember that weekend being any different. I asked him if he knew about the sorority formal on Friday, and blank said maybe, but he really does not pay attention to such activities. He stated there's always something happening on campus, and he does not follow all the activities. I asked blank if he was aware there was a party at the house where the unalivings occurred on the King Road house, on Friday night. And he said he was unaware of a party on Friday, but thought there was a party at the house on game day, on Saturday. However, he was not sure this was a party at the house because there were 6 to 7 houses on King Street on that Saturday having parties. Blank only went to the parties at the Whites, the Treehouse, pick your pick, the Whites building on game day Saturday. Blank rarely attended such parties because many times there are freshmen and sophomores at such parties, and he does not like partying with the younger underclassmen. Okay. Blank usually stayed at his own apartment, attended functions at his fraternity, blank, or went to the bars. Therefore, blank does not pay a lot of attention to parties off campus. All right, I asked blank to walk me through his entire day on Saturday, November 12th. Blank informed us it was difficult since he was drinking all day that day. Gee, again, who does that remind you of? Who does that remind you of? Yeah, we know her name. He did not attend the game, but did go to the party at the Whites. He went back to his apartment, then later out to the bars. Yeah. And then he claimed he did not remember a lot of specifics, but there were people everywhere. In the house, getting unalived, where? He knew some of the people, many he did not know. Okay. Whatever. You could just say he knew some of the people, but not all of them. I mean, whatever. He explained for the first 3 years of college he had a girlfriend and was in a relationship. He did not really party and meet a lot of people during that time. He spent most of his time working on the relationship. Right. As a result, blank, he does not know the number of people other seniors do, and he does not talk to individuals he does not know. He believes since he does not know a lot of people and does not talk to a lot of people, he has a suspect reputation. Blank preferred to hang out with friends. If he does not know someone, he does not talk to them. All right. I then asked Blank if he was with on Saturday. He said yes and described as his good friend. He could not recall when he met up with this person, his good friend, that day, but he believed and came to his apartment. Then they all went to the party at the Whites. Blank then looked at he then looked at his phone and found a text message string between he and Same text message string FBI agent O'Neill photographed on M's phone. The first text was sent by on Saturday, 4:16 p.m. to Blank. It simply said, "Yo." Blank replied, "What's up?" Oh my God. And asked if Blank was still at the And then informed him he was, and he was going to get some food. Blank asked where he was going to, what blah 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 was, and informed him he was back at his apartment getting ibuprofen for his back. Blank asked Blank to grab him a couple of beers if there were any left. This was the last text message between Blank and Blank on Saturday. Right. Sure. After reviewing the text string, I informed Blank it appeared he and Blank had been at the party prior to the start of the text string. Blank believed they went to the party at the around 1 to 2 p.m., but he could not recall the exact time. He did recall seeing Maddie and Kaylee and all the residents of the King Road Street going outside and taking the photograph everyone sees now. Blank knew Maddie the best. He had known her since his freshman year because they had classes together, and she would hang out at the fraternity house, the Sigma Chi, maybe. I don't know what that fraternity house. He said while attending the party at the Whites, he made several trips to his apartment to stretch and deal with his sore back. Blank claimed after the text string with this person began, he did not return to the party at the Whites. I asked him if he remembered going to the house with and he replied not really, then said that is why he agreed to go to the other bar with Kaylee and Maddie when they asked. He does the same thing every weekend, and it is hard to remember. With blank blank. He replied, not really, then said that is why he agreed to go to the other bar with Kaylee and Maddie when they asked. He does the same thing every weekend, and it's hard to remember. So we're talking about Jack Showalter again, correct? We're talking about Jack Showalter again. Right. I confronted Jack with the information we had gathered reference. Oh my God. He and blank had been picked up by a fraternity designated driver, driven to get food and beer, then dropped off at the fraternity house. He responded, that would not be out of the normal, but did not specifically recall. It's did not. Okay? Idaho State Police, stop trying to fucking confuse people with your dumb documents. Again, there's a big difference between doing something and not doing something. And this should read, but he did not specifically recall. You idiots. Sergeant Hopkins asked him, Jack, about purchasing a 30-pack of beer and splitting the beers between himself and blank. Jack did not recall if they purchased the 30-pack on Saturday, but it was normal for him and to purchase beer and split it up between the two of them. He could not remember if they did it that Saturday because they were drinking all day. Sounds familiar. Sergeant Hopkins asked what type of beer they typically purchased, and he informed us it was usually Keystone, Natural Ice, or any cheap lager beer. Oh, God. No wonder you guys are all stupid and psychotic. This is the worst kind of beer you could possibly drink. Granted, now you're college students, I get it. But good grief, guys. No wonder you unalive people. My lord. This is the shittiest beer you can have. But it is cheap. Oh, my God. What the... Oh. Another thing, guys. Once again, they're allowing their suspects to use their phones to remember things. Is this the way we interrogate suspects? We allow them to look, I don't know, maybe. We allow them to look at their phones to jog their memory of times. Now, are we doing this before or after we collected their cell phone and downloaded all the information on it, Idaho State Police? Or did you do that after you handed your suspect his phone? You idiots. Yeah. So yeah, I instructed Jack Showalter to refer to the text string between himself and look at some of the communications he had on Monday, specifically where he was asking if he wanted the bag back. Jack read this text string, then remembered, yeah, he did borrow a bag from that Saturday. Oh yeah, duh. Thanks for reminding me. And getting me out of my lie, maybe. Yeah, he and were at the house, and this person had passed out. So Jack Showalter took a bag from and filled it with approximately 15 beers. He believed he went back to his apartment because the bag was at his apartment, and he had to return the bag to Fucking God. Oh, Jesus. And blank did not see blank again that day or night because blank went to the bars and blank did not. Jack went to the bars and this other friend did not. I asked Jack Showalter how he got from his apartment to the corner club. And Jack responded, probably the designated driver. Okay. Oh my God. Jack did not recall the clothing. Blank did not recall the clothing blank was wearing Saturday the 12th. Okay? Not sure who that is. The next contact blank had with blank was Sunday morning sometime. Blank was with blank driving to get some food. Blank called blank and asked what was going on at the house down the street from his apartment. Blank indicated he already told us what had happened after that in his previous interview. Ah, you getting a little smartass on it. Are you getting a little smartass on you here? Now, if this little punk ass kid, if this little fucking shit ass fucking 20-year-old little piece of shit little punk ass kid who likes to run around and make pranks and skin animals, if this little prick fucking giving me attitude here, I'd really turn the fucking screws up on him right here. When you don't you fucking get snotty on me right here. Oh fuck no, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, oh well, I don't fucking. This is the way I would approach that. I'm like, well, I don't remember. I think you need to refresh my memory. Why don't you walk me through your day again? How about that? Yeah, you're gonna be a little snotty ass prick. I don't care if your mom's sitting there or not. I'll fucking wring her neck too. Yeah, in my questions. Hey, Mom, why is your son a fucking freak? How's that, Mom? Hey, Mom, guess what? Me and my partners here have been hearing a lot of rumors about your son, and why is he such a fucking weirdo? And why does he like knives so much? And we also heard rumors, Mom, that your son likes to cut up small animals and leave their dead carcass bodies on people's fucking doorsteps, Mom. Hey, what do you think about that, Mom? And Jack Showalter, can you answer to that question? Fuck you, you snot-nosed little fucking brat. Yeah, don't get you snippy with me in this interview. But, of course, this is not a real investigation, so Idaho State Police didn't do any of that. They didn't turn, see again, they did not know how to handle these people. You cannot be fucking around with these fucking people. You have to go in there like a bat out of hell. Each and every single one of these people that you're interviewing, they all are keeping secrets. And they're all keeping rumors about what they know that happened that night. Every single one of them. And Moscow police and Idaho State Police, they should have been well aware of this fact. And they weren't. That's how fucking incompetent and messed up this investigation truly. Yeah, again, Jack Showalter leaves out information, like saying to the girls and to Maddie, they're going to get you for this. Again, he doesn't tell any of the police detectives this, okay? And he doesn't tell them that he got frustrated and stormed off like a little fucking baby when the girls blew him off and got into the grub truck, got into their ride from Eric, all right? Taken and then transported to their death, all right? Yeah, this is Jack Showalter. And Jack described Blank as laid back and quiet. If people don't know him well, they would view him as an outsider. Okay. Blank is very quiet and will not open up unless he knows you. Blank said, Blank is a great guy and knows he would not have done this shit for sure. Okay. Well, that's a good reason. Because he's a nice guy, a great guy, and well, of course he won't do this. I know. They have been friends since the 7th grade they attended blank school, blank, and the University of Idaho together. Showalter has always had Blank's back, and Jack described Blank as a ride-or-die buddy, which means I will protect him at all costs. That's what that means, Moscow, Idaho, and the Idaho State Police. That's what that phrase means. It means I will lie and protect my friend. Well, that's what it means. So, let's see. Jack Showalter informed us Maddie cared about him because they used to be close. Maddie has a boyfriend called Jake, who, and from all intents and purposes, they're pretty solid because they used to be close. Yeah. Blank. Wow. Okay, so I don't know here. Blank and Maddie had an on-again, off-again type of relationship in the past. It worked for Blank because Blank did not want a girlfriend. But Blank claimed it was difficult to describe because Blank did not really talk about those things or brag about girls. Okay. Jack Showalter knew Jack Showalter knew Jake and Maddie had gone on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with I don't know about this. I don't know. But they went, okay, so she went on a trip to Cabo, Mexico with a large group of University of Idaho students during spring break of last year. Showalter did not go, but the trip which was arranged by a guy in the Blank fraternity. Blank did not have a sexual relationship with anyone else living in the King Road house. Okay. Yeah. Jealousy, my friends. Well, one of the themes in this case is jealousy. And the jealousy is not just coming from the prime, well, Dylan. The jealousy is also coming from other individuals here. The co-primes, if you like. Yeah, so jealousy is a theme, of course, that runs throughout this case. And it touches each and every single one of these roommates, believe it or not. It does. Xana now had been in past relationships with and another guy named that. And blank did not know, but she appeared happy with Ethan. So Xana's getting around here, baby. She's getting around. No offense, but Xana getting around too here. Maddie's got an F buddy from time to time, I guess, before she hooked up with Jake. It seems to me like her and Showalter maybe had a on and on again S relationship together. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be totally wrong there. Yeah. Blank did not know Kaylee and didn't know she used to date the known to be known to be Showalter did not know or He indicated he may recognize them if he saw a photograph, but he does not know them. The only individual he really knew from the house was Maddie due to mutual classes together. All right. And I guess not then. It sounds like they were F buddies, but maybe not. Maybe that was one of his roommates. I don't fucking know. Wow. All right. Showalter did not know the number of times Blank had been inside the King Road Street residence, especially since Blank had been banned from the corner club for a while. Oh my God. And Blank did not know what Blank was doing while Blank continued to frequent the bar. So, who are we talking about again? Who are we talking about? Okay, so Jack Showalter was banned from the corner club for a while, and he did not know what Blank was doing while Blank continued to frequent the bar. I don't know. All right. Showalter expanded on Blank's... Okay, I'm confused here. I thought it's Showalter's being banned. I guess not. Blank expanded on Blank's ban at the corner club. He indicated there was a 2-strike system at the bar, and after you had 2 strikes, you were banned by the bar for a period of time. Blank admitted it was his fault for being banned, and they both should have 1 strike on them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Blank admitted he and Blank are hotheads. Showalter and Cole are hotheads and will hold their ground. Blank said Blank already had 1 strike at the corner club for arguing with the bartender. When Cole got drunk at the bar and began arguing with the boyfriend of a girl he liked. That's the 1st strike. The argument escalated and Blank pushed the boyfriend. The bartenders broke up the argument and blamed Cole. As a result, Cole received his 2nd strike. No, wait a minute. This is not Cole. Guys, I'm getting very confused. We're talking about Cole and Jack Showalter here, correct? So which one is getting banned in February? Okay, so this person got banned from the corner club in February of 2022. I guess. Blank admitted he and Blank have gotten into fights with other individuals. He explained they don't like to hurt people. They are generally drunken arguments, and most of the time they involve individuals from other fraternities. I asked Blank if he noticed any strange alumni or strangers while attending the party at the Whites. Blank did not recall, or the tree, I don't know, He did not recall seeing anyone out of place while he was at the party or at the corner club. Yeah, right. Blank, I don't believe that. Blank said after the girls were picked up from the grub truck, he did not want to wait for a ride and did not even know if his designated driver was even still accepting calls, so he walked home. This is Jack Showalter. Jack informed us it was no big deal to walk home. When they were at the food truck, he believed he and the girls were going to another bar. Right. But they were drunk and got a ride home, he presumed. Right. And that's where he got pissed off, frustrated, and stormed off. And it went around the corner. Right. We see that. But who is going to get who, Jack Showalter, you ass, you prick? Due to the unalivings and the rumors circulated around campus that classes could go online, he made the decision to return to Boise. On his way out of town, he stopped and saw He saw returned the bag he had taken to transport the beer on Saturday and an HDMI cable he had borrowed to watch football. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this. I am calling total bullshit on this. Yes, I am. I am. And I'm just gonna put a pin in it right there, but this is bullshit to me. You're giving him that bag because there was other stuff in that bag that you had, and you had to get rid of it. And it wasn't no fucking it may have been an HDMI it may have been that. To tap into video, okay? To record video. Okay? But you didn't return it because of the fucking beer. No way. I'm putting a pin in this. All right, let's keep going. 33. Wow. Blank was active so Showalter was active in that fraternity. Showalter lived at the fraternity house, paid rent, and his dues. Blank was also the blank for the blank fraternity. Blank is also a blank member and has been since his freshman year. Blank only pays his dues, which gives him access to the fraternity and one meal a week. Blank usually eats at the fraternity house on Mondays because the house chapter meetings are conducted every Monday. Sergeant Hopkins and I asked about the house known as located there. And Showalter informed us blank is an off-campus house associated with the fraternity. Upperclassmen often transition out of the frat house and move in there. Sometimes other individuals will rent a room at the house. At one time, a football player was living there, and even a professor stayed there for a while. Okay. I asked Jack Showalter if he had any knowledge about Kaylee having maybe an S relationship with a blank. And Jack stated he heard rumors, but thought they were weird because the rumor he had heard was Kaylee was involved with a and he understood Kaylee was quote was quote what quote no Kaylee was quote that. Jack believed it to be an outlandish rumor, and it would be more believable if it was a Oh my God. What here? So he understood Kaylee was, quote, something, and then he believed it to be an outlandish rumor, and it would be more believable if it was a blank. Weird. Showalter again informed us he did not really know Kaylee. Well, it seems like you know a lot of rumors about her, at least. Jesus. And did not know if she had a job. Okay. His only connection to Kaylee was due to knowing Maddie. Showalter did not even initially know Kaylee was the girl with Maddie at the corner club on Saturday night. Heard that before. It was a chance encounter seeing Maddie at the bar, and he had been talking with only Maddie. It was Maddie that invited him to go with them to John's Alley to get some food, but they decided to get food at the grub truck instead and blew him off. Since returning to Boise, Showalter has been hanging out at home playing his Xbox. He has gone out to the bars with a couple of times, but has been staying at his house most of the time. Showalter did inform someone had called a tip into the police, pretending to be his mother. Oh my God. Showalter discussed some of the internet rumors accusing him of the unalivings. Gee, I bet. And hey, how comes we're not talking about the blood in your apartment, by the way? No mention of blood in his apartment here yet at all. And any of the interviews yet with Showalter, I have yet to hear anybody ask him about the blood that was found in his apartment. Not once. Everyone continues to ask him what happened that night, and he informs them he has no idea. He has always thought the students would figure out who committed the homicides before the police, because they know the community better than the police. Now that the unalivings have not been solved and the students do not know who committed the crime, everybody is scared. Sure. Sergeant Hopkins and I asked Jack about the most recent issues resulting in blank for blank blank. Showalter informed us a video of freshmen hazing other freshmen was the most recent issue. A parent had seen a video of a freshman throwing another freshman's bed out of the fraternity house second floor window. Hopkins asked about issues at a sorority function. According to Jack, there were 2 issues at the sorority's off-campus function. The first involved blank and blank. Blank was picking on a guy at the party, calling him Kermit the Frog. Okay. Oh, no, we're not doing it. Eventually, a scuffle broke out, and blank was just backing up blank once the scuffle started. The other incident at the same party involved a couple of freshmen throwing hangers and causing damage to the facility. These issues did not cause trouble for the blank blank fraternity, since it was not what kind of function? It was not a sanctioned function. It was not a formal function. But the individuals involved are in trouble themselves. What does that mean? But the individuals involved, they're in trouble themselves. Okay. With what? By who? Whatever. Hey, at the end of the interview, I asked Jack Showalter if he would consent to us getting a set of major crime fingerprints before he left. He agreed, and Idaho State Police Forensics printed this son of a bitch, snotty-ass brat. At approximately 1:32 p.m., his prints were completed, and blank Jack left the District 3 office. There you go. More about Mr. Jack Showalter. And his mama. His mama was with him. Don't forget. All right. We're going to leave it right there. And the next piece is going to be more crime scene processing. 11:25. Do I finally get my Van sneaker shoe print, guys? Do I finally get it? Do we finally get the sneaker? The golden sneaker here? Supplement 38, we're on page 112 of 556. We're leaving it right there for now. Okay, I love you all, babies. Oh, yeah, let's see. Yeah, 11:25, crime scene.
And of course, we list the victims. We got to get through them. Got to list them. And then we will get to the narrative, and we're going to leave it right here. And I hope to God we see a Leighton Van sneaker shoe print in this one. Okay, I love you all, babies. All right. Hey, you know what that is. Let's go, babies. Let's go.